Super awesome life, everyone. Welcome to Superpositivity Festival, Model Academy, Jammu. A celebration of superpositivity, the infinite power of the universe that enables us to fulfill all our goals and overcome all our challenges in life. Superpositivity Festival is an occasion when we celebrate life unconditionally and express our unlimited love for the universe, whether in the form of gratitude, transformation, resolution, or inspiration. This beautiful festival can be hosted by anyone, anywhere in the world, without any limitation whatsoever. And the best part is, it is not confined to a specific date or time, but can be celebrated on any day, whenever an individual or a group intends to do so. Our presenters are drawn from all walks of life, and the only requisite for presenting at a Superpositivity Festival is an unceasing emphasis on superpositivity, regardless of the challenges that one has faced in life. In keeping with the universality and sanctity of our platform, we would all consciously refrain from any religious, political, or limiting talk, or talk that shows insensitivity to any gender, life form, race, color, nation, or community, and we would respectfully avoid negativity of all kinds. The truest purpose of Superpositivity Festival is to share with the world a sum total of all positive qualities, like honesty, inspiration, responsibility, courage, acceptance, and so on. That's why it's imperative that the recollection of all events and experiences by our presenters be based on the cornerstones of honesty, humility, and originality. At Superpositivity Festival, we optimize the invaluable gift of human life through 10 sections. To ensure equality, all our performers across all sections would present their content in the alphabetical order of their first names, rather than being given any preferential treatment based on their credentials or standing. Every presentation at a Superpositivity Festival would be for a maximum duration of 5 minutes, to enable a larger number of presenters to express themselves superpositively. All things mentioned, let's now embark on our beautiful journey, Superpositivity Festival, Model Academy, Jammu, where we would only offer a super positive expression for every aspect of life, and we would inspire each other to become our highest versions forevermore. I would now invite Mrs. Meena Gupta and Mr. S.K. Gupta to open our festival by reciting the Superpositivity Anthem.
For all that was,
yes, thank you, universe.
for all that will be,
Yes, thank you, universe.
for all that we got,
Yes, thank you, universe.
for all that we lost,
Yes, thank you, universe.
for all that seemed good,
Yes, thank you, universe.
for all that seemed bad,
Yes, thank you, universe.
for all that was a success,
Yes, thank you, universe.
for all that was a failure,
Yes, thank you, universe.
for all that's ours,
Yes, thank you, universe.
for all that's not ours,
Yes, thank you, universe.
for all that's sweet,
Yes, thank you, universe.
for all that's bitter,
Yes, thank you, universe.
for all that's visible,
Yes, thank you, universe.
for all that's invisible.
Yes, thank you, universe.
We all seem too many,
Yes, thank you, universe.
but we are truly one.
Yes, thank you, universe.
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 Now we would activate the first section of our Superpositivity Festival, Superpositivity Gratitude. Gratitude is the nectar of life. If you observe carefully, you would find that the difference between a woesome life and an awesome life is the difference between ingratitude and gratitude. The more gratitude we develop, the more awesome our life becomes. And to create a super awesome life is the ultimate purpose of Superpositivity movement and this festival. Every Superpositivity gratitude presentation has to conform to one theme. Who or what am I most grateful for? The presenter can thank a person, a thing, a place, or the whole cosmos, and share with us the joy that has come into their life thanks to that blessing. The goal of this section is to open the door of Superpositivity through the key of gratitude. I would now invite Ms. Jasleen Moyal to uplift us with her Superpositivity gratitude presentation.
What am I grateful for? I am grateful for just being a human being, a thinking, feeling, sentient being capable of, exquisite, exceptional, wonderful, cognitive and effective thought and action. I am grateful for this wealth around us, this nature around us, the bounties of nature that we experience every day, being able to travel and see the world where time stands still, where you see beauty that stuns you with bolts of veneration and marvel in equal measure. I am grateful for my family. And when I say family, it includes my coterie of friends. Family is like a compass. It's like a bow from which you, as living arrows, are set forth on your own path. Family is like chocolate fudge. It's sweet, still has nuts. And it's just your family and your friends that keep you grounded and they keep you strong always. I am grateful for being given the opportunity to teach. It was inside the classroom that I actually became a learner. It was inside a classroom that I learned how to impact and inspire others. It was inside the classroom I was able to ignite the spark in young minds. It was inside that classroom I learned to feed my own creative impulses. It was inside that classroom I learned how to celebrate small achievements and milestones. It was inside that classroom I learned what it is like to be surrounded with love, trust, and faith. It was inside that classroom I learned how to cherish your kids, how to make memories that will, stay attached to you for the rest of your life. So I will forever be grateful because it was my passion to teach. I was able to fulfill that passion and it has made me the person that I am. Two things in my life are very important. One is being grateful, giving your thanks or giving thanks where it is due. And the other one is act of random kindness. Be kind. When you do simple acts of kindness, you throw around kindness in all directions. And from those roots of kindness, you are able, or in fact naturally, more trees of kindness will grow from those roots. So whenever given the choice of being right or being kind, please choose to be kind. And also realize that happiness perhaps lies in the journey uphill rather than the fleeting sensation that awaits at the next peak. So two takeaways from this presentation can be: give thanks where it is due and be kind. Thank you.
Wow. That was inspiring and that was evocative, Jasleen. And she has introduced me to another choice, to be kindly right. To be right and to be kind, and then the third one that has just opened up to me, to be kindly right. And how beautiful would that be? I would be kind as well as I would be right. Thank you, Jasleen. Beautiful. Now, our next speaker, our next presenter, I will invite Dr. Mahesh Gupta to uplift us with his Superpositivity Gratitude presentation.
My mother used to say, she's no more, she used to say, those courtyards which carry footsteps of people every day, those courtyards are very, very blissful. And they have something from the Almighty which is, in extra to what normally people do not have. You can put it the other way around. If this ma'am who was a presenter before me, if she happens to be a teacher, and she is talking and communicating to her students, and talking to the students and bringing positives out of them, telling them what is right and what is wrong, she is privileged to be a teacher. Because everyone doesn't have that aptitude and the capacity to influence others. So in my courtyard, if people were coming with their children to show to me, and the parents were discussing their problems to me, and I was able to bring some smile back to the parents and the child, that means I was having some bliss other than people, which most of us were not carrying. So अगर कोई आदमी किसी को कुछ दे पाता है, तो ये क्षमता सब में नहीं है, ये क्षमता Almighty ने कुछ लोगों को ही दी हुई है. So all of us will not be in the same category of people. And I must acknowledge that I am grateful. My gratitude would never end till the time I live for my parents, who happen to come from a very, very shabby state of living, an extreme poverty, living in an apartment of 10 feet by 12 feet without any kitchen and a bathroom. And they have done their best to bring best out of children. There are no words of gratitude for my father, who was a matriculate himself, would teach his children in 11th class by reading first and then teaching us. Who would go extra miles a day to get some remuneration so that his children could read, get books, and hold on to some tuitions. So, my father belonged to Ramnagar from a town, Jaganu, and who would travel on foot every day to sell newspaper. He came to Jammu traveling on foot and was held on to the one side of this Tavi river, but had no money to pass on to the boat. And see the gratitude, and I'm telling you, this is truthful. My father just prayed to Almighty that I do not have even 25 paisa to cross over. This must be around 70 years back. I do not have 25 paisa to cross over to other side of the Tavi river. And when he just looked down, there was 25 paisa coin. So that is gratitude and conviction, and his solid belief in Almighty, which I also carry. So his intent was good. He crossed over, did his matric in Jammu, got a government job in a forest department, and worked so hard that I just do not have a definition for that. हम तो उसका एक fraction भी नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. So for parents who bring their children to this level, there are no words of gratitude. I just want to conclude by saying that in whatever capacity we work and in whatever stature we are, we must be grateful to two people. One is Almighty and other is your parents. Because you just cannot restore back what they give to you. A last line for you. The generations have two things to offer. Where one generation ends, the other generation starts. So if I started my career as an intern medical officer on scooter, my child, who again happens to be doing his MD in pediatrics right now, started his career on a car. So my father ended with a cycle, I started with a scooter, and my child started with a car. So this is how we pass on. So in whatever capacity you are working, please pass the good. Everybody doesn't get this opportunity. Thank you very much.
What a powerful experience to share. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Mahesh Gupta, for sharing with us. We already know from the very depth of our being the immeasurable gratitude to the Creator, to our parents above all. And one thing which resonated the best from his presentation with me was when he said that blessed are the courtyards which receive footsteps in abundance. So that should be our constant endeavor going forward, to create courtyards of super positivity, which will keep receiving footsteps of creativity and love and harmony in abundance. Thank you, sir. Now we would activate the second section of our Superpositivity Festival, Superpositivity Transformations. Every Superpositivity Transformations presentation has to conform to one theme. How I transformed a negative situation super positively. The negative situation could be anything. A physical, mental, or emotional condition. Prevailing over severe financial loss. Rising above abject humiliation. Overcoming failure. Transcending a debilitating personal habit, or one's life in general. Every super positivity transformations presenter should clearly and unambiguously reflect their attitude of super positivity through a crisis or challenge, thus creating an inspiring template of inner strength for anyone to relate to or emulate. I would now invite Dr. Rita Dwivedi to uplift us with her Super Positivity Transformations presentation.
I am going to share an account from my personal life, and I think that has entirely changed me. It happened to me in 2001 when I was blessed with a premature baby girl. She was about 26 weeks and weighed under 1 kilogram. Just after birth, the doctor declared her very serious, and she was having jaundice and severe blood infection. She was shifted to ICU, and you can well imagine how my family members and for me how it was to handle the situation. The entire family was in distress. And for me, it was my first baby, and really, it was very tough time. It was, I can say, a scary experience for me. And how I overcome that, I want to share with you people. So everyone was crying, and there was no hope, or for them. But for me, there was a little hope. I used to speak to myself, no, it is not possible to me. There is nothing to be going wrong with me. Still, my emotions are coming out when I recall those days, ma'am. All the time, everyone was crying in the family, and only I was the person. I was very strong, and I have a deep faith. You can say it was my super positivity or my trust upon Almighty that everything would be fine at the end. I have to be positive. I have to handle not only me but my family members also. Like my mother-in-law, she was saying like, "Hi, ये क्या हो गया?" और एक खुशी आई और वो भी ऐसे आई है कि we can't celebrate that happiness. And but I used to tell her, Mama, nothing is going to be wrong. Be positive. She will overcome. She will recover, and we will celebrate. And with that attitude, you can imagine that condition when you have to leave your baby every night in the care of strangers like doctors and nurses, and you have to go home without her. And it ended more than a month. But in that adverse situation, I was very much positive, and she recovered. Now she is grown up, ma'am, and recently she has cleared NEET also, and we are waiting for her. Thank you so much, ma'am. And we are waiting for her admission, the list to come out. And after that incident, I believe that it was like you can say a small light for me at that time. It was like a small light that enlightened the dark room. And after that, whenever I am in trouble or in any adverse situation, I used to recall those days, and it gives me strength to come out or to solve the problem. So thank you so much.
Wow. How super awesomely expressed by Dr. Dwivedi. She, particularly one line resonated with me the most when she said, a small light enlightening a dark room. And that's truly what super positivity is about. You know, the illumination of positivity radiating every aspect of life. What you've been through and how you transformed that situation. One can only imagine how difficult it was for a mother. But thank you for setting that example, ma'am. And now I would invite Dr. Gupta to kindly share with us her super positivity transformation presentation.
Today I thought I will talk about a recent serious challenge which I faced 2 months back. I was tested corona positive on 9th September and was confined and isolated in a room for almost 3 weeks. The quarantine period left me alone with myself. All the things were kept outside my room and I had to take them inside myself. Of course, when I remember, I get emotional. There was no physical contact with anybody. So it took me a few days to adjust to my new routine, which became very hectic. My constant companions were thermometer, oximeter, blood pressure machine, and a steamer. So you can imagine. So I washed my own clothes, utensils for better hygiene for myself and others. It was only at night when I would be left with myself, then worry, fears, insecurity, constant despair of losing all hope would nudge me. I couldn't sleep on so many days on days. When I slept, I had such hallucinations and bad dreams that I would wake up with a big thud and a speedy heartbeat. Physically and mentally, I oscillated between hope and despair. Sometimes I would feel I'll be able to make it. At other times, it would look hopeless and I feel like giving up. But I had many emotional sessions with my family from a distance. They kept giving me hope and advised me to stay positive. So this is the story, this was the challenge. Now coming to the second part, how I overcame this challenge. One of the most important factors was my husband, whom we all know as our chairperson also. He was very upset, he was really upset with all this more than me, because he is dependent on me. So for so many things, as you know, due to his physical disabilities and diabetes, etc. So it was for his sake that I resolved to be strong and come out of it. That's probably one reason. Secondly, and luckily, the corona attack was not that severe to lead to many complications like breathlessness or land me in hospital. So that kept my hopes alive and kept me going. Thirdly, the phone helped me to remain connected with my friends and outside world, and I kept getting constant tips and advice, which became very handy during my period of survival and isolation. Fourthly, now this is interesting, I developed an emotional connect with Dr. Arun, as we missed the physical comfort of each other's company by remaining apart for long. The most positive thing happened when Dr. Gupta recorded a song on flute and sent it across to me. I was so touched and I knew that I was being missed. So now I had to reciprocate. I got time to brush up my singing skills, which were long lost in the humdrum of life. Though I could not recognize my own voice, it had grown old and breathless like me. but somehow I recorded a song and sent him back. So that created an instant bonding, and I recovered magically after that. Believe me, friends, this is how I overcome this challenge. So positivity always comes through in the end to bring sunshine in your lives. So the super positivity, what I want to share. Sorry for being emotional. I felt beautiful inside out. I lost weight. I found back my voice, and I get easily emotional and even cry in front of you. But it's an attitude of gratitude which eventually has settled close to my heart forever. Frankly, no tall claims. I feel rejuvenated and transformed to the next level of my life. It's coming from the heart. So this is my story. So thank you and have a great day.
Wow. I know we all are immeasurably moved by what Dr. Gupta just shared with us. And one particular aspect of it resonated the most with me, attitude of gratitude. So ma'am highlighted that very beautifully, and once we keep it, then however bleak a scenario seems, we shall shine through it like Renu ma'am has. Moving on, now we activate the third section of Superpositivity Festival, Superpositivity Inspirations. Every Superpositivity Inspirations presentation has to conform to one theme. Who has positively inspired me the most in life, and what inspiration have I drawn from them? Essentially, one has to celebrate the person, thing or place that has been the most positive inspiration in their life. The source of inspiration could be a person, whether factual, like a family member, or imaginary, like a fictional character. It could be a thing, like a book, a painting, a movie, or a monument. It could be an individual entity, mother, teacher, friend, son, or a collective group, parents, trees, birds, stars, or a combination of both, mother and trees. Every atom in the universe is a manifestation of the universe and qualifies as a source of inspiration, so long as we assimilate their energy super positively, which is precisely what our presenters are now going to do. I would now invite Mrs. Manjali Sehgal to uplift us with her Super Positivity Inspirations presentation.
Yes, thank you, universe. Today, I'm going to introduce to you all a noble soul who has influenced my every thought and action. I will narrate this incident in the form of a story. It was cold, rainy December night. A person knocked at the doctor's door. This poor person, he was in rags, putting on a torn blanket on his shoulders. The doctor opened the door. He saw this ragamuffin standing there. He requested the doctor to accompany him to his place, as the ailing mother required a doctor, and she was critically ill. She was about to die. So when the doctor saw that person, this poor chap, so he suspected that he could be a robber or he could be a murderer, because at that time militancy was on its peak. So at that moment, it just struck his mind that the oath which he took while receiving the doctorate degree, that I need to help the needy. He went inside, where the better half, with his 3 children, were waiting for him. He somehow convinced the wife that he needs to go because this needy, this patient requires him. Because the wife restricted him not to go. So finally, he took his paraphernalia and went with that person. When that person, he opened the door. That door was really wobbly. So when he opened that wobbly door, he saw the old mother lying at the side of that hutment. And she was shivering like anything because of cold, because of hunger. When the doctor examined her and he wrote a prescription, as it was late night and it was raining too, so the doctor advised him to accompany him to his place so that he can arrange for some medicines. So the doctor gave the medicines to him. And this poor person, he took out a pouch from a pocket and see what was there in that. The change. 5 paisa, 20 paisa, 10 paisa, 25 paisa. And he handed over to the doctor and said, Dr. Sahib, this is the consultation fee I'm giving you, as I am a rag picker. And it's been days I've not gone for picking up the rags because of my ailing mother. So this all I can give it to you. The doctor was overwhelmed. He handed over that pouch back to him and handed over rupees 500 to him and some clothes. He told him to feed his mother so that she can recover fast. This doctor is none other than my father. Though he's not here with us, he's gone to his heavenly abode. But the inspiration, the values he had put within us is in our heart. So, what I'd say is that he is, he was, and he will forevermore remain the biggest inspiration in my life, as he was never inclined towards money, but was dedicated towards his passion, that was serving the humanity. So the message we get here is service before self. If you are capable enough and confident enough about your deeds, then always follow the passion. Yes. Thank you, universe.
What a beautiful story, what a beautiful experience, and what beautiful inspiration, Manjari ma'am, you have uplifted us with. What I'm loving about our journey today is the opening up of everyone and pouring their positivity, their purity onto each one of us. We grew up watching movies which told us the 3 most beautiful words are I love you. But Manjari ma'am today has reintroduced us to the 3 most beautiful words being service before self. Thank you, Manjari ma'am, for that. And now, I would invite Mrs. Rupa Gupta to uplift us with her Superpositivity Gratitude presentation.
Like Vikrant, I also love acronyms. So for me, the word inspire stands for individuals with never-ending or never-die spirit. Those who bring about positive changes in you so that you inspire, ignite, and inject other people with enthusiasm, reassure, empower, energize, and help them, evolve as new persons. So this is what this term inspire, means to me. All of us, in one form or the other, get inspiration, or it could be from our parents, husbands, wives, children, grandparents, teachers, friends, or it could be a book or a movie. But we do get inspired. Recently, I got in touch with a person. I have not met him and I have not seen him, but I got to know him through an acquaintance and have only talked to him on the phone. I've not met him. He is an ex-army officer, 82 years of age, and he has fought 1962 and 1971 wars. But the most amazing thing about this brave soldier is that he is fighting a different kind of battle. A battle which he knows that he will not win. He's going to lose. He is a cancer patient, and the cancer has spread and it is in its last stages. But he wants to live each moment of his life with purpose and passion. And what is his passion? His passion is to serve humanity. He has been able to solve more than 50 cases of pensions lying with the government. So I asked him one day, why are you doing this? You are a sufferer and you are in a lot of pain. Why are you doing this? So he said, my battery gets charged by helping in resolving the issues of the people. I feel super positive. I feel, that energy is going through me. That positive energy is going through me when I help people. There's so many other things that he has shared with me. And one of them is, life will throw challenges at you, but you need to find multiple solutions in life. Another thing is, you must be curious. You must know your field. In whichever field you are, you must know it properly, study it properly, grow your knowledge, because more you read, more you learn. One of the most valuable gifts one could ever receive is the gift of knowledge and experience. And his experience says that no matter what is your age, how old you are, learning never ends. Habits go from cradle to grave. And I know that he has very less time with him, but as long as he is alive, he wants to serve the humanity, he wants to serve the people, and he sleeps late at night, maybe around sometimes 2 and at 3 o'clock. But only thing that drives him is, to help people. He keeps on noting down important points and lists the things that he wants to finish, he wants to do, before he leaves this planet forever. So friends, my learning from this interaction is that never give up. My wish is that someday someone would look up at me and say, because of you, I did not give up. Because you don't know who is watching your journey and getting inspired by it. So my message to you is never ever quit. Never lose hope and stay positive. Thank you so much and stay blessed. Yes, thank you, universe.
What a powerful yet startlingly simple sharing by Mrs. Rupa Gupta. Once again, my takeaway from her presentation is two things. A, she's talking about a complete stranger here. Most of us are recounting people who have touched us very deeply, but on a personal level, people we've met, people we've known, people we've lived with. But she ventured to share with us inspiration taken from a person who she's never met in her life. And point number 2, never quit. Yes. If we understand the power of these two simple words, then there isn't any problem in life. So thank you, ma'am, for once again reminding us the power and simplicity of that message. Now we move on to our fourth section. This is the first time in my life, by the way, that I'm referring to a script, but because we have to respect the format, so yes. Now we would activate the fourth section of our Superpositivity Festival, Superpositivity Actions. It has been wisely said that inside every sinner lives a saint, and every saint was once a sinner. Every person, however much they have descended in life, has performed at least one positive action in their life, like helping someone, appreciating someone, expressing gratitude to someone, being compassionate to someone, and so on. Superpositivity actions celebrates those actions, independent and unjudgmental of who has performed them and why have they been performed. Superpositivity actions presentation, every one of them has to conform to one theme. What is the most positive action I have performed for someone else, and how did I feel after performing it? The only requisite is that the action should have been performed for the benefit of someone else, rather than for the performer or their immediate family. Essentially, this section is neither about self-glory nor about self-effacing, but an objective sharing of the most positive action one has performed, purely to inspire others and to uplift them in their journey of life. I would now invite Dr. Monica Bajaj to uplift us with her Superpositivity Actions presentation.
I belong to Haryana basically, and somehow many of the people in army setup, they come from on shifting there. One person from Haryana, they came to know about us, and his son was like studying in 12th class, and he opted, not he opted, but because of his parents, you can say, wish, he opted for the non-medical stream. He was not interested to become an engineer, but he was interested to go to film industry, which was definitely, many of us don't like that our son or children will go to film industry. But somehow they came to know about us, and they contacted one Sunday. They called my husband, and that was Sunday because I was at home. He called my husband that we want to meet you, and he just came to our house. We were not knowing that he is just going to come for advice. When he reached, I was just serving tea, and they were talking to my husband that my son is like in 12th, and his papers are coming in month of March, and he's in army school. He's depressed, he doesn't want to continue his studies. The part was he was not interested to continue with his studies. He is about to leave everything. So then definitely his parents are very worried. So he was sharing with my husband what to do now. So my husband also supported कि okay, if this year he is not ready, so just advise him, drop this year and next year get prepared and go for the exams. I jumped into that talk and I said, no, this is not the right decision. Why are you spoiling his 1 year? And I started speaking like anything. So I said, okay, बेटा आप मेरे पास आओ. तो मैं वहाँ से तो लड़ झगड़ के लेकर चली गई उसको. And when I just talked to him, he said, because I am not interested to go for engineering, and I am interested to go for film industry. Then when I came to know about each and every aspect of that part, then I came back to drawing room and asked his father, why you are pressurizing him for engineering only? So he said, there is no career in film industry and this and that. So I said him, no, that is not the point. If he is not interested in this. And the same day, he was appearing for one test, that is NIFD, which is for fashion designing and something course is there. So I said him that he has appeared for this test. That means he has somewhere interest in him. So why are you stopping him to pursue this particular course? And you are advising him to just drop this year and again prepare for your whole life, yes, without interest. And that time the Three Idiot movie was on limelight, and I just gave that example of a wildlife photographer. Yes, if he can do, like it was one movie, but many of the cases are there that where you can just choose your own wish, then you can do better. Maybe there will be less salary and something else. So why are you, no, I don't suggest you that do this. I just said that child, you just prepare, you have 1.5 months, you just prepare small content daily and you appear for your exams, whatever will happen. Maybe your 1 or 2 exams will be, you can be fail in that 1 or 2, but you have another option of reappearing and you can take that exams later on. After 1.5 month, he just appeared for his exams, finally. And when result declared, first call he gave to me. He said, I have scored 70% marks. That within 1.5 months I secured 70% marks, but I am not interested in engineering. Still, he was of that idea. Then again the situation. Then I started counseling his parents. Okay, story ends. His parents also agreed. Now they shifted to Chennai, and it is a story of around, I think, 7-8 years ago. And they have shifted to Chennai. There is no connection, no phone calls, numbers have changed. Last year I received that call. Now he started saying, Auntie, Auntie, I got a job and I spent first salary. The best part जो आज मैंने कल recall किया, the best part जिससे मुझे ज़्यादा अच्छा लगा, he said, I spent my first salary on purchasing of 10 sets of books for poor children. That was the wonderful part.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you, Monica, ma'am, once again for a beautiful and a beautifully uplifting presentation. I think my leitmotif from her presentation was instilling courage in someone. Instilling courage. So if we instill more courage in more of us, then the society automatically is super positive and super motivated. And thank you very much for sharing that. I would now invite Dr. Monica Sharma to uplift us with her Super Positivity Actions presentation.
There was a family, and both the parents, they blessed with 2 kids, 1 son and 1 girl. Unfortunately, the boy was in 12th standard and he lost his father. And mother is a housewife. So at our place also there was a conversation, who is going to help that family? Because boy is very much intelligent. But since he lost his father, he got to reappear in 12th standard because he could not make up to appear for the mathematics examination. So I heard about it. I asked about the reason that why the boy is not able to continue his studies. They said there is nobody to give admission fee. So I took the decision. I said I am going to adopt that child. Girl got married. So everybody at my place, they were telling me, how you are going to adopt? You are single? I said, adoption doesn't require you to be married. And I am not going to bring that child to my place. The adoption is just for the educational help. So I spoke to her, his mother. She said, I don't mind if you give her his fees. So I can give him admission to the college. So after qualifying his 12th, because he got reappeared, he again appeared for the mathematics and he got 90% in that. And he was having a non-medical background. He got probably 90+% in his 12th examination from the J&K board. So he took admission in the college with my financial help, which was a positive action at my end to help a person with financial, thing. Till now also I am supporting from the last 5 years. I am giving, every kind of financial help to that child. But it is all out of I don't have any kind of expectations. Because many times we spend money thinking of this is our investment. If a real parent is giving a fee, that is their duty. But we heard that charity begins at home. We need to help others with the food or with other things. But I feel like if I can help this child, he may be independent for entire life and he is going to support his own mother also. Because they both are there. One fine day I came to know that in every semester, he stood first. He took up BCA, that is Bachelor's of Computer Applications from Science College. And I can take his name also. He is Rahul Chaudhary. And probably last year, he got gold medal. which is a great achievement for me, and I thought this is my investment. And not only that, it was not a gold medal in his own college, but in the entire Jammu and Kashmir state. Because most of the degree colleges are under University of Jammu. So he got a gold medal from BCA department, and now he is pursuing his MCA from IGNOU. After completing his graduation, he started giving home tuitions. And now recently that guy, he took a small entrepreneurship. He has taken the franchise of Fun Bites along with the two of his more friends opposite to Science College. They took a shop. They daily, every month they are giving 30,000 rent for that very particular shop. He usually told me, like, Didi, every time he is sharing with me, he said, Didi, now I have given job to 3 people and probably he is planning to move to some other country. So this is a small positive action at my hand, which I feel like the best thing is, if you want to find yourself truly, you need to lose yourself. Thank you so much.
Ronika has made my job so much easier. She's already said the leitmotif, the best takeaway. If you need to find yourself, you need to lose yourself. How wonderful. And losing oneself in helping others is the best loss there could be. So thank you, ma'am, for underscoring such a powerful point. Moving on to our 5th section of our Superpositivity Festival, Superpositivity Health. Superpositivity Health, every presentation in this section has to conform to one theme. What is the most positive health habit that I have? Or what is the most positive health habit that I have seen in someone else? A Superpositivity Health presentation can cover nutrition, fitness, or any area that relates to mental, emotional, or physical well-being. Essentially, Superpositivity Health is about looking at oneself and identifying the wellness habit or quality that is enabling one to live a super awesome quality of life, or recounting the most positive health advice one read somewhere or observed in someone else. Every Superpositivity Health presenter is requested to refrain from promoting any intoxicant substance like tobacco, liquor, or drugs, however health-giving it might be. Also, because this platform is not necessarily about scientifically proven health habits, but positive ones, so extolling the benefits of non-vegetarian food like eggs, fish, meat, etc. must also be respectfully refrained from. One doesn't have to be a fitness professional or even a fitness enthusiast to give this presentation, but yes, one has to be perfectly healthy at the time of performing this presentation, and also a practitioner and beneficiary of the advice that they're sharing. I would now invite Mrs. Chanda Gupta to uplift us with her Superpositivity Health presentation.
Yes, thank you, universe. Good morning, good afternoon to each one present over here. I would rather start with a quote. I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the water to create many ripples. Physical fitness is a state of well-being and health, specifically of being healthy. It is generally achieved by having good nutritious diet, vigorous physical exercise, and of course sleep, which we all, nowadays, we are not take care of our sleep. So, what is important now? I'm going to share my own experience with you all. It was 10 to 12 years ago. I joined my profession, and after 2 or 3 months, I underwent a surgery. The recovery was prolonged, and because of my health issues, I lost my job because I was completely bedridden for more than 3 to 4 months. I am quite active and lively person, But at that moment, I left all hope. I felt so miserable. It led to distress, discontented life. And now, uh, due to that, it became such kind of situation in my life that I became so frustrated and I stopped talking to each one. Then one day, I was just scribbling with Facebook and one of the quote, it actually clicked me. Victory is possible to only a person who refuses to stop fighting. And it really clicked me there. I talked to myself, I introspected that what is going on with me. I was such a lively person, I was so active, I used to participate in each and every activity. What happened to me now? And the only thing came out from myself was, just woke up, Chanda, what's wrong with you? And then, one day I was watching Baba Ramdev yoga, demonstration on television. And then it clicked me and I felt to come back to my life. I started yoga. With regular performance of yoga, I gained focus. It proved to be stress relieving and enhancing my confidence as well. I would like to tell you all that black color is actually associated with, two sides. One is a positive and the other one is negative. People generally associate it with negativity, aggression, evil. But I always take the other side of the coin, that is the positive aspect is beautification, something doing very good, good to others, then elegance and sophistication. So I prefer to wear black whenever I feel low or whenever I'm feeling lonely. I used to get up in the morning, I used to dress up black, in black color and start up my day. The only thing I want to share with you all that it is only an inspiration. It is determination. It is strong will inside us that clicks only, it clicks suddenly to us. So it is strong determination within us. I would rather quote here. It is a very well-known quote. Nothing is impossible. It itself says, I am possible. And I'm in front of you being healthy and fit. Yes, thank you, viewers.
I am possible. Well, yeah. If more of us understood the efficacy and the essence of what this means, then definitely the world will be much more empowered. And I know that day will come when more of us realize that. Moving on, we have Mr. B.K. Srivastav, who is now going to uplift us with his Superpositivity Health presentation.
In June 2018, I was in Delhi, and since 4-5 days I was not keeping well. I was, feeling some kind of suffocation, and I was suffering with the cold and everything. All things were there. So I was not able to make out whether I am suffering from the cold or some other things are happening to me. So I visited a doctor, a very renowned hospital there in Delhi NCR. After, he has written so many tests, the clinical tests and all. After those things I have gone through. So, taken so many tests, TMT and all, everything he has done. Then he said, okay, now, immediate reaction is required now, and you have to go for an angiography. I don't know, for doctors it is very easy. But if a person like me, who is, holding the responsibility of so many responsibilities of the families and the other, societies are there. So it was talking to me, Ari Baba, now what will happen? But that particular time, I just give a great thought, a deep thought, a cool thought. I must take, the things not in haste. So I given cool thought and I decided, no, immediately I will not go for this. Let me take some time. I discussed the matter with the doctor. I said, doctor, just give me 2 months. And after 2 months, I will come to you again. If I am not improved on this, you can go with the angiography, no problem. I came back to Jammu, discussed with my friends, and I was inspired with, so many people who are, undergoing this regular exercises and yoga and everything. And I'm just finding that everybody is, so energetic and still, if I take the name, I will take the name of Mr. Dhiman. So energetic, and in this age even also, he is on his toes. So I discussed the matter with Mr. Dhiman only. Okay, Mr. Dhiman, what has to be done? He said, go for the regular exercises and start the walk. I said, okay. I discussed with Vikrant even also, what diet should be followed. He guided me with the diet plan even also. And let me tell you friends, I followed those, and within 2 months only, I got corrected all my medical reports within the range. So that was a willpower, and that was a trust I have built up by seeing my fellow friends. Yes, if you change your lifestyle, I think 90% problem, health problem, you are able to reduce yourself only. I don't know, doctors are sitting here, how much I am right and how much I am wrong, but this is my way of thinking, this is my way of taking, this is my perspective of taking things.
You are absolutely right.
Thank you, sir. And in 1 year time, I have reduced 12 kg of my weight.
You are an inspiration for all the women in this room.
So my message to you, to everyone, dear friends, that don't ever feel, what, I was not, nobody was expert, I was even I am not an expert in the exercises. I don't think that Mr. Devan is an expert, or Sarjan is an expert, or anybody is expert in exercises. Because yes, you have to first believe in. You have to first understand, yes, what is going to help you. And that helped me a lot. Don't run behind the success. Success will be yours if you're keeping yourself, your body and your mind, is what? Is pure. So, yes, thank you, universe. Stay positive, stay calm.
The lesson I draw from what Sir just shared with us is belief. That belief transmutes itself into better health as well. It's not just a better life quality, but very tangible health quality as well. Thank you, sir. Now we would activate the 6th section of our Superpositivity Festival, Superpositivity Lifestyle. The spectrum of superpositivity is incomplete without this section, because it is the lifestyle of a person that determines whether or not they are walking on the path of superpositivity. Every superpositivity lifestyle presenter has to conform to one theme. What is my most positive lifestyle habit? Or what is the most positive lifestyle habit that I've seen in someone else? A superpositivity lifestyle performance can cover work, friendships, social interactions, and any area that touches upon one's life in general, apart from health related, which has already been covered in the previous section. I would now invite Dr. Arun Gupta to uplift us with his Superpositivity Lifestyle presentation.
Before I start, I would like to thank all the presenters before me and all the presenters after me, because the topics and the areas they have encompass everything that comes under lifestyle. So it's in fact a challenge for me to articulate all their aspects into one single aspect. But coming to lifestyle, so one aspect if I would have to touch is one super positive habit or I would say, which has now become a part of my lifestyle, is setting goals. My story is a little different kind of a story, because from the people sitting here, many of you know me from lot earlier than many of you are sitting here. But I would like to, confess that my style of working was very casual, and I used to take things very lightly in life. But this particular aspect, or this particular lifestyle habit has evolved over time. That has made me to realize that nothing else matters more than setting goals in life. These goals could be related to anything, could be related to your life, could be related to your health, could be related to your work. Even a housewife sets goals. If she doesn't, she would not be able to run her house very well. So I would like to use this platform to tell everybody that it is very, very important to set goals in life. In fact, I would like to profusely thank my friends, colleagues, and all those people who have influenced me in the last 10 years, I would say, because these last 10 years have been transformational years of my life, wherein I love my work, I love what I do, and I have been able to bring meaningful changes in my life and also in my work environment. For this, I would really like to thank all those people, my family, my friends, who have, egged me on, who have always emphasized on the fact that being super positive matters in life, and and positivity could be affected by negativity, but nothing affects super positivity. So that is the key learning, in all of this. And I believe that setting goals helps you to be more organized, helps you to develop a good camaraderie with all the people with whom you work. You learn to appreciate the diverseness in beliefs, attitudes, and cultures, and you are more inclusive in accommodating everybody, because when it is a bigger goal is the picture, smaller challenges and smaller difficulties do not matter, and it helps you to take everybody on board and be more positive and be more infectious in spreading your positivity to them. So my learning from all this super positivity movement with which I have been associated for the last 6 years, because I would like to compliment Vikrant for exposing us to that. It didn't start with super positivity, it started with a totally a different platform, but it has now evolved into super positiveness, and this has helped us in understanding many things in life. Like he said that it has been talked about, so health has been talked about. I have heard inspirational stories, I have heard stories about people and their challenges and how they overcome, and that is what I would like to say is the crux of everything, that for everything, when we set a goal, all these things can easily be surmounted. There is no challenge that cannot be overcome. So your goals could be small, your goals could be huge. Maybe it may seem in the beginning that these goals are even not achievable, but with super positiveness and in taking everybody along, you will come to know at the end that you will love the journey of achieving that particular goal and being super positive. So I would like to thank you once again for asking me to speak on this topic. And my key learning from all these years of experience is, unless and until you do not set goals, you will not be able to achieve anything. Thank you so much.
Dr. Gupta has encapsulated the whole essence of the event in what he said: setting goals, goals to be infinite, goals to be super positive. I mean, honestly, when people ask me, how do you stay super positive, or how do you become super positive, I say, just make it your goal. If that becomes your goal, what is the purpose? A purpose is a goal. And I love the fact that you, in such simplicity and with such brevity, you explained it so beautifully. Thank you. I would now invite Mr. J.K. Deeman to uplift us with his Superpositivity lifestyle presentation, sir.
You cannot change your future, but you can change your habits, and change your habits can change your future. Now, I want to share a true and real story of a junior basic teacher training center of Haryana in Chashrauli. From the residence of the student and the center, the distance was 27 kilometers. Both the distance he has to cover, that is 54 kilometers. But when he was in +2, his father was expired. He can travel by bus, but the circumstances do not allow him to travel by bus. Therefore, he was very interested to complete his training, but circumstances were not allowing him. He took the confirmed decision and completed the 27 kilometer distance by his own cycle daily for continuing 2 years. 2 years. But off and on, he was late by 10 minutes, 15 minutes or 5 minutes to reach the training center. The principal was observing him. One day, what happened? Principal called the form teacher and ordered him to struck off the name of that child. The form teacher was very positive. He refused to obey the order of the principal and came out of the office of the principal. Then he called the student in a separate place and discussed the matter with the child. He motivated the child and made the child very positive. Beta, you can start your journey 10 minutes earlier or 15 minutes earlier. If you give me such type of promise, I will certainly help you. Other things rest on me. The student promised with the form teacher, okay, I will never be late in future. And that student always after that reached the training center in time. But what happens? When the first year result was declared, that student was the topper in 4 of these sections, who was daily traveling 54 kilometers in a day. Now, you would also like to see who was the principal and who was the form teacher and who is the student. Yes. Now, who was the principal? Principal was Mrs. S.D. Nagar, who is not in this universe, and the form teacher is V.P. Sharma, who is also not in this universe, but that form teacher is always with me, and the student is J.K. Kumar, So from this real story, what we have learned, be positive, not only for himself or herself, but be positive also for others. And listen to others also. First listen to others, then take the decision. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you, universe. Yes, thank you, universe. Yes, thank you, universe.
Thank you, sir. The takeaway which, even Sir's talk proffered was in the very first, in fact, the opening passage of his presentation, where he said, one cannot change one's future, one can change one's habits, and when one changes one's habits, the future automatically transforms. So thank you, sir. Very powerful, and I love the storytelling narrative in your presentation. Thank you, sir. Now we would activate the seventh section of our Superpositivity Festival, Superpositivity Experiences. Every Superpositivity Experiences presentation has to conform to one theme. What has been the most positive experience or event in my life? In our life, each one of us undergoes a multitude of events and experiences. Though each one of them has an integral place in our evolution, some of them move us immeasurably. And this section of the Superpositivity Festival celebrates those experiences. It could be meeting someone. It could be a trip that you've undertaken, a book, a movie, a meal, or even a sunset. Our performers would dip into the reservoir of their life and bringing out the pearl of their most uplifting life experience would super positively share it with the world. I would now invite Ms. Neetu Dhar to uplift us with her super positivity experiences presentation.
I'm going to share with you an incident which I vividly remember. I was working with a company, XYZ. I was working as a trainer. Training is all I have done, excuse me, all my life. This was an event where we had to do marketing for our company. We had sponsored a program at a college, and my role was only to do anchoring part because speaking is the best that I can do. So I had to do the anchoring part. The time I had to reach that place was 10 o'clock in the morning. I left my home on a scooter. I drove a scooter those days. I left my home, and just about after 5 minutes, I brushed off with a car and I got a slight injury on my leg. So that was one thing. The second thing that I met that day was a sting bee that I don't know where from that sting bee came. Just inside my helmet, and I had one bee sting on my cheek. A presenter I had to be, and I got a bee sting. Okay, next incident. I reached the venue, and when I reached the venue, I think that there will be people there, and I can tell them what happened with me, and they can give me a little bit of calm and comfort. But when I reach the place, I see that there's nobody there. I'm the only one who's there. The function has to start at 11. I open the door of the venue. I see that the venue there is empty. There is no chair. There's nobody there. There's nobody from my office. There's the stage that we have to perform on. There's no decoration. There's nothing. So this is the third thing that put me off that day. While I'm thinking about all of these things, there comes a lady who is from the college, and she's like, "Who are you?" Because I'm all decked up for the event. She asks me, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "I'm so-and-so, I'm from so-and-so company." And she's like, "You people, you..." And she blasts on me. And she's like, she says everything that she should not have. And I'm just looking at her, and I don't know what to say, but because I represent my company that time, I am not responsible for what has happened, but still I am the company's representative at that time. I try to calm her down, saying that it will be all okay, because I know people will be here, and everything I could do. People come at 10:30 from my company. Obviously, the blast I got, I give it to them, and then I tell them, do whatever you have to do. I am not going to anchor this event because I have already had enough since morning. I'm not going to do this. But yes, I will help you to arrange the chairs, do the decorations, I'll help the students, and I'll do everything, but I'm not going to anchor because I am off I cannot do it. Now comes my co-anchor, Mr. Arun. He is from Mumbai. He is a motivational speaker and he is also a trainer. He is my co-anchor. He comes and he says, please listen to this carefully. He says, Neetu, things have gone worst. Let's make them bad. And here something clicks in my mind. And I'm like, yes, things have gone worst, but I can make them bad. Bad is still better than worst, right? You know, that one sentence gave me so much of energy, so much of enthusiasm. I just got up, I did my thing, and trust me, we were in the newspapers the next time, and for all the right reasons. The show was a hit. We did our best, and I did not get from worst to bad, I got from worst to best. From that one single sentence. And that sentence has become the mantra of my life. Yes, thank you, universe.
Yes, a beautiful one, powerful one. Though honestly, if I were in his place, I would have said, yeah, let's make them super awesome. But worse to bad is not bad either. So, but you made it super awesome by yourself, Neetu, and that is the import and the consequence of what you said. Beautiful, beautifully laid out. Thank you. Now I would invite Ms. Ruchi Sharma to celebrate with us her Superpositivity Experiences presentation. Thank you, ma'am.
I will start my experience by a simple quote. If you want to be happy for an hour, take a nap. If you want to happy for an day, go for a picnic or a movie. And if you want to be happy for a lifetime, do something for others. Help someone. I was also in search of this kind of happiness, eternal peace and happiness. But I was often used to challenge myself what I'm doing here, question my existence on this earth, why I'm here, what I'm doing here, what is the purpose of my life. Then suddenly a very terrible news came. My nephew, who was just 17 at that time, facing a very life-threatening situation because of his damaged kidneys. No one was ready to help him at that time. No one was coming forward because of their family commitments or because of their health issues. He was in very desperate situation. Then I volunteered myself to offer my kidneys, one of my kidneys, to him. My well-wishers were worried about my well-being, my health. What are you doing? What will happen to you? But I was determined and I was very positive, everything going to be fine. They were very, I think, very desperate conditions were there. My sister, my Jijaji was very helpless in that kind of situation. So I gave my willingness. I asked them, no, don't worry, I'm here to help you. My simple yes changed their whole life. My yes brought sparkle in his eyes, joy in words, in his voice, and hope in his life. I am there to help him. So the process started. It was very hectic, it was very tiring, very complex, so many tests, so many counseling sessions, so many. I have even appeared for an interview before a panel of doctors. I used to go on weekends to Delhi for my tests and then come back on Monday to the office. And then the day came, Feb 19, 2018. It was a 3.5 hours operation. After the operation, I was in extreme pain and discomfort, but the sight of their smile on my nephew's face, tears of joy in my sisters and my brothers-in-law's eyes made me happy, and I thought I have made the right decision. God has given me the meaning of my life, which was I searching. God has chosen me to save someone's life by giving my own part. So I think God has chosen me. I am the special one, which I was searching the meaning of my life. That was the answer to my question. So everything goes fine. I am fine. There's a lot of change in me. I have to be very cautious. I have to think about what to eat, what not to eat, and I'm missing my regrets cleanliness drives in my home. But everything is fine. He is happy now. He is in college and doing marvelous. He is very witty and very intelligent person. So when I see him doing his work, his singing, his painting, I think I think the right thing. He deserved a second chance at life, and people pledge their organs after their death. God has given me chance to do this act in my life. And one thing I have learned from this experience that changed my life, that giving and kindness is the most courageous thing in life. Thank you.
So once again, two very important lessons I draw from Ruchi Ma'am's presentation. As she said, what she did, most of us cannot even contemplate, leave aside, do it. So you've done it so cheerfully, so selflessly, so unconditionally. That is super positivity in action. I think I have been talking about super positivity a lot, but I think most of us should refer to this incident to know what giving in its purest sense truly is. And thank you for showing us that lesson and teaching us that lesson. And what you said that you've been chosen to give. Yes, the givers are the most chosen ones. So once again, thank you for reinforcing that. Love it. Now we will activate the 8th section of Superpositivity Festival, Superpositivity Resolutions. Every Superpositivity Resolutions presentation has to conform to one theme. What do I resolve to change in myself so that the world becomes a more positive place? Superpositivity Resolutions is about transforming an attitude or habit of yours, or performing an action that benefits the world, rather than just you or your family, friends, or acquaintances. Essentially, it is about picking a flaw or an unconsciousness in your ecosystem or in the world in general, and resolving to completely transform it into yourself, and pledging to do so forevermore. Or in simpler words, resolving to completely overcome yourself, the one thing that most bothers you about the world. I would now invite Ms. Navleen Kaur to uplift us with her Superpositivity Resolutions presentation.
First of all, I would like to thank Vikrant sir and everybody to give me this opportunity to come here and listen to the inspiring stories shared by you all. Hadn't I been given this opportunity, I wouldn't have gained so much of knowledge and learned a lot from your experiences. I'm deeply moved. I hadn't imagined this festival to be this personal, where I would be crying sitting there along with the speaker. So it's a deeply moving experience for me. On the downside, it got me thinking, what new I have to offer to you all, guys. I'm at the bottom of unleashing that power, that treasure, which you all, I think, have already uncovered, or you already are on the journey of it. I'll speak what I think has moved me greatly, and this is the power of being grateful. I believe that universe emerges from our thoughts. The kind of thoughts that we all hold on to, the kind of thinking we all have, give power to the universe and shape our ecosystem and environment. An infinite supply of thoughts and ideas are available to us. Now it all comes down to us, the type of choices we make as to what kind of thoughts to make, so that we can make a better and beautiful world for us. It is commonly found that people are usually complaining in this situation of distress that this is missing in our lives. This is something which I don't have. It can be a property, some asset. We usually complain about the healthcare sector nowadays. We say we don't have amenities. We tend to forget all the greatest blessings, the simplest of life joys that nature has bestowed upon us. The ability to speak, to communicate. I'm standing in front of you, on my feet. I'm breathing. These are the simplest and the greatest blessings nature and universe has given me. I have now realized that I must be grateful and thankful to all the things I have, rather than being complaining about all that I don't have. In this journey, I'm sure I'll be facing hurdles. But I take this pledge, I take this resolution that I'll be super positive always. I would like to mention a tale of bee and fly here. A fly has the tendency to always sit on a garbage or filth, whereas a bee always travels miles in search of a flower to collect the nectar. It has the tendency to collect that positive nectar. I pledge to imbibe that sort of spirit, that sort of searching spirit in me. So today, I, Naveen Kaur, make a super positive resolution that from today onwards, from the 6th of November 2020, I'll release all those negative beliefs that make me believe that world is not perfect yet. I'm thankful to the universe for being abundant, for being this magnificent already. I'm the creator of joy. Yes, thank you, universe.
Wow. That conviction resonated through this entire auditorium. The conviction with which Ms. Naveen Kaur spoke about the abundance that is already naturally bestowed upon each one of us, and which is imperative that we unleash from within us. Thank you, Naveen, for that very powerful presentation. And now I would invite Mrs. Monica Gupta to uplift us with her Superpositivity Resolutions presentation.
Good afternoon all. Although there are so many challenges for everyone to live happy and healthy life, and everyone has to take some decisions, some initiatives to solve these challenges. So I, Suman Gupta, Assistant Professor Meyer and Environment Unit in charge, as I have given recently the Environment Unit, and so my resolution towards the save environment and go green. So as global warming, we all know what is the term global warming. Global warming is the term which we have to remove immediately. So steps should be taken, and for this, to remove this problem, I am taking some resolutions, and these are: first, I want to plant more and more trees. And as we all know, plant a tree, make our environment green, and they give us fresh air, save energy, and also combat the climate changes. So I am taking a resolution related to this, that I will plant a tree on my every occasion, that is on my birthday or on my marriage anniversary, etc. So, second, I will follow 3 R's, that is reduce, reuse and recycle, for natural resources to conserve them, and also for landfill spaces. My next is third, that I will avoid the use of plastic bags. because plastic in any form pollutes the environment. And I will taking the resolution that say no to plastic. My next is fourth, I will reduce the energy consumption in my college, in my home, and in my surrounding. That is, I will off the light when they are not in use, and also I will try to reduce the consumption of ACs during summer. My next resolution is I will try to save paper, as I will give print as little as required and try to give print on both the sides. So on this occasion, I am taking a small pledge. I, Suman Gupta, Assistant Professor, Meyer, and in charge, Environment Unit, make a super positive resolution upon the universe that today on 6th November 2020 onwards, I will reduce, reuse, and recycle. I will commit to and encourage the reduction of our community's carbon footprints. I will give back in every way I can to our people and to our planet forevermore. Yes, thank you, universe.
Today I'm loving to be a witness to the grandeur of superpositivity that is resonating through each one of you. Wow, Suman ma'am has so powerfully made such an emphatic resolution of a very tangible contribution that each one of us must make because we are the environment. So thank you for upholding the sanctity of the environment, ma'am. Now we would activate the penultimate section, the 9th section of our Superpositivity Festival, Superpositivity Creations. Every Superpositivity Creations presentation has to conform to one theme. What is the most positive artwork I can create to uplift the world? Superpositivity Creations is about creating an artwork like a drawing, film, painting, photograph, or sculpture that is driven by the intent to uplift the world. Ultimately, art is an expression of an artist's intrinsic energy and vision, and every artist must enjoy the freedom of expression. However, in the realm of superpositivity, creating is not just about artistic expression, but about responsibility, about uplifting a listener or viewer's positivity rather than just their aesthetic sensibility. And that is exactly what our presenters are going to do. I would now invite Ms. Anu Anand to uplift us with her Superpositivity Creations presentation.
Today I am going to show you a piece of art on the theme of super positivity. Today we are celebrating a festival on super positivity. So I am going to draw the curtain from my painting.
Oh wow.
The title of this painting is The Spiritual Rebirth. It is in opaque watercolor. I have painted a woman in grey shade which depicts the negativity of the society. When a person is negative, he feels aimless, thoughtless, depressed. Here you can see a dry tree lying towards the ground, which depicts the bindings of the society, the restrictions of the society. So what we need to move from negativity to positivity? We need a current. So these tides depicts surge of positivity. You can see this part of my painting is very colorful and vibrant. You can see I would like to draw your attention on this dancing figure who is full of joy and enthusiasm. She has charisma in her dancing. Yes, she is in super positive state. You have seen her eyes are half closed, which shows calmness and peace. There is a subtle smile on her face, and her arms are open. She wants to gather all the holiness, all the divinity, all the spirituality in her arms. You can see colorful bird flying around this figure because she is charming and magnetic. Here is a colorful bird who is singing for its dear one. It shows the relationship between humans and nature. You can see a full moon, which means mildness, calmness. One more thing which I want to tell you, I am using grey shade here and grey shade here, but there is a difference. It is negative, it is positive. Here is darkness, here is brightness, here is life, here is spirituality, here is spiritual rebirth, here is the divinity, here is the ultimate bliss. I am using different elements of art also. You can see rhythm, movement, tones, and unity, composition. So that's all from my side. I would like to conclude by saying that I will suffuse happiness, super positivity among every children, every student in our society from my artwork. I want to put some beauty back to the world. Thank you very much.
It was surreal just looking at the creation and the creator of that creation, because Anu ma'am herself looked like a painting, and the way she was talking about her creation was equally resplendent and creative. Thank you, Anu ma'am, for A, creating such an uplifting artwork, and B, expressing the elements that went into the creation of that artwork. Yes, thank you, Universe. Now I will invite Mrs. Neela Mani to uplift us with her Super Positivity Creations presentation.
This is my first opportunity. I've always worked behind stage, being an art teacher, being an artist, always decorated the stage. So I'm grateful, and I'm super positive. So my painting and my work is, last night I worked on it within 2-3 hours. It's self-explanatory, attitude of gratitude, grateful heart. So today I'm grateful to the Superpositive Festival. I'm grateful. These joint hands take you everywhere. It opens every corner. It's very well said. So thanks everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you to those I can see. And I'm grateful also to those I cannot see. This grateful. So grateful to those behind me, those who are there, those whom I cannot see. Thank you so much.
Neela ma'am, thank you so much for also very graphically telling us what behind me and what in front of us also signify. So lovely. And now we would activate the 10th and the final section of our Super Positivity Festival, Super Positivity Performances. Every Super Positivity Performances presentation has to conform to one theme. How can I celebrate the spirit of super positivity? Through my artistic performance. A super positivity performance can be a poem, a play, a dance, or a song. And it has to consciously focus on the palette of happiness, love, enthusiasm, harmony, and optimism. While artistic merit will always be greatly appreciated, what's much more important in the context of our festival is the positivity our performers endeavor to share with the world. Essentially, Super Positivity Performances, through the glorious medium of performing art, honors the universe and offers tribute to its infinitely creative energy, the energy of super positivity. I would now invite Ms. Mohini Thapa to uplift us with her Super Positivity Performances presentation.
Result. Oh. God, please fulfill my wish that I got good numbers.
In the same way, many youth cannot face the failure and leave the home to live happily. So, here is some effort that we can make to take them from darkness towards light, to show them how beautiful the universe is.
I was just trying to show to all of you that how we can, help our youngsters and how we can take them out with lots of depression, especially from by failure or poor result. So I'm trying to show you that how we can show them the beauty of this world. Education is not just everything. There is so many other things in this world. With the help of that things, we can, walk. We can fall down and just stand up and walk, stand up and walk. That's it. Thank you so much.
Mohini ma'am, once again, I salute, the way you so powerfully did not just regale us, but uplift us with the power of your performance. Thank you for underscoring this very powerful message of not to put any pressure on ourselves and least of us on our children, and the coming generations. Thank you. I would now invite Ms. Nandika Srivastav, our final performer, to uplift us with her Superpositivity Performances presentation.
Yes, thank you, universe. 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 So now I would like to share my thoughts since I have prepared something. So yeah, super positivity is more than just a tagline. It changes the way we behave, and I firmly believe that if I am super positive, it not only makes me better, but it also makes those around me better. So, I would like to share a short poem with you all. The title of the poem is Don't Quit. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you are trudging seems all up hills, when funds are low and debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is strange with twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns. And many a failure came about when he might have won, had he stuck it out. So don't give up, though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another glow. Success is failure turned inside out. Success is failure turned inside out, and with a silver tint of clouds of doubt. And you never can tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when it's your hardest hit. It's when things seems worst that you must not quit. So stick to the fight when it's your hardest hit. It's when things seems worst that you must not quit. So let's all rise up and be thankful to the God, to the universe, that we are living this healthy, successful, and a happy life. Yes, thank you, universe.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, universe. Yes, thank you, universe.
Wow, it was a magical experience receiving the super positivity of all our presenters through their talks and performances. As you could tell, each one of them experienced negativity in various forms in their life, but they did not stop at negativity. Rather, they reached out to the highest positive energy within themselves and dealt with their life situations super positively. And going forward, that's a lesson we all should remember. There are very few people who get to taste success in the conventional sense, but every human being all over the world has the opportunity to taste something much more delicious and meaningful. The joy of rising above negativity, however small it may be. And if we look at it super positively, this joy is available to us throughout our life. Because the fact is, whoever we are, wherever we come from, whatever we do, negativity will keep coming. But then along with every form of negativity will also come three choices. Whether to crumble under its weight, whether to deal with it bitterly, or to rise above it super positively. It is only by exercising the third choice that we become an inspiration to the world, and we find our greatest power in life, the power of super positivity. On that note, let me now thank all those who've made the Superpositivity Festival such a super awesome experience for each one of us, our presenters. Let us acknowledge them in the chronological order. Ms. Jasleen Mohyal, Dr. Mahesh Gupta, Dr. Rita Tueli, Dr. Reenu Gupta, Mrs. Manjari Sehgal, Mrs. Rupa Gupta, Dr. Monica Bajaj, Dr. Ronika Sharma, Mrs. Chanda Gupta, Mr. P.K. Srivastava, Dr. Adit Gupta, Mr. J.K. Dhiman, Mrs. Neetu Dhar, Ms. Ruchi Sharma, Ms. Navleen Kaur, Mrs. Suman Gupta, Ms. Anu Anand, Mrs. Neelam Meni, Ms. Mohini Thapa, and Ms. Nandika Srivastava. Thank you all for showing us that life is a super awesome journey and we're all in it together. And now, our deepest gratitude must also be expressed to the organizers of our inaugural Superpositivity Festival, Mrs. Rupa Gupta, Dr. Abid Gupta, Mr. Pramod Srivastava, and the entire Model Academy fraternity. As we are all aware, this festival is taking place during the height of the COVID-19 crisis. Globally, it has been a time when social interactions have either been minimized or completely dispensed with. But for an institution to step up at this time and host a physical event for the benefit of humankind truly demonstrates its super positivity. Thank you, Team Maya, for showing us that the world is and will always be a super awesome place. On that super positive note, let us appreciate the contribution of our presenters and organizers with a resounding applause. I'm sorry I missed out on acknowledging the contribution of Mrs. Veena Gupta and Mr. S.K. Gupta at the very beginning by reciting the Superpositivity Anthem. My apologies. Thank you one and all for being an integral part of Superpositivity Festival Model Academy Jammu and for adding to the eternally growing ocean and cosmos of superpositivity. Now let's complete this invaluable experience by invoking the Superpositivity Chant joyfully 5 times. Together. Yes, thank you, universe.
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 Yes,